Wrestling.
Olympic hero Kurt Angle, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling Podcast.
Oh, yeah!
We Are Wrestling Podcast.
Let's flip and go.
You're watching We Are Wrestling.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Yeah!
I'm the host with the most.
You are by far the least intelligent.
Best one, Donnie.
What is going on? We are Wrestling Maniacs. Ben here, one half of the We Are Wrestling podcast.
And Uncle Ben.
We Are Wrestling Podcast.
Make sure to subscribe, baby.
We are wrestling.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself, the best one, Donnie, here with...
What is going on? We are Wrestling Maniacs Worldwide. Ben here, one half of the podcast. I hope you like that intro and the little extra ad-libs that were added into it. It was great.
Anything can happen live, pal. Anything
Hell yeah.
And
Hell yeah, brother.
guys, we have another live edition of the We Are Wrestling podcast.
Let's
the
get
only
it.
way that you can tune in live is by going over to the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. But obviously,
Yeah, sure.
if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're listening to the podcast, give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download the episode. But if you're watching this or you're a part of the live here on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, we recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO. And of course, you already know the grind is real.
What's up, guys? What's up, Alex Johnson?
We got Alex
what's going
Johnson
on?
in here.
Jay Universal?
J Universal, which, man, he loves the live podcast. Let's go. And we also got Dan in here.
Dan.
Love We Are Wrestling. You guys are great. Well,
Glad
you
to-
maniacs
glad
are
to do
great for tuning into a last-minute live stream, which things
Had a lot
will
of
be
technical
going back to
difficulties.
normal next week. Because obviously, with the hectic schedule going on towards the end of 2023, we figured last week, since Ben, was over for, our little Christmas party we had going on and, some photos and stuff, we figured might as well just do a live episode. Saves us time with, post-production and stuff. Same, even this week, I'm going to be going out to Long Island, New York for AEW's World's End tomorrow. So there will be no live watch along here on the channel. But man, we got a lot of big things in store for 2024. And Ben, I didn't tell you this, and I might as well show you it here on the live because it just came in. So now, Ben, when you and I are doing the live watch alongs in person, we're not going to have to share one microphone anymore.
Oh.
I just invested in this.
Hey, let's go.
I ended up purchasing the Zoom Pod Track, which, you can record up to 4 people on, different microphones, which I thought was a really cool, investment going
Great
into
investment.
the new year, because our goal is to always up the production here on We Are Wrestling. But man, this week has been, pretty hectic. And if you guys have not checked out, some of the videos that have been on the channel, I just posted earlier today the AEW World's End predictions, and I revealed who I think the Devil is and the entire match card, which I am very excited for, this upcoming pay-per-view tomorrow. It's going to be a good time. Ben, how are you feeling about World's End since you weren't a part of the predictions?
World's End is looking hella stacked, man. But do me a favor, talk to the guys about the matches real quick. I just have to hit the bathroom real quick. Live episode, difficulties. Be right back.
Alrighty, well, I will take over here. Let's go solo. Alright, there we go. Let's fix the background here because anything can happen live. Anything can happen live. Alright, so with, the match cards and stuff for AEW's World's End, I think that, it's going to be a really good show. I think that, definitely has the potential of being, one of the best pay-per-views in AEW. And I think it's going to be a good one. But we got Alex Johnson in here. What are y'all thoughts on WWE being interested on potentially working with Stardom? I think that that's going to be great, especially for the women's division, because I know Stardom, they do have a lot of top, women wrestlers over there. And I think that that's not a bad working relationship. We know Triple H will open up that forbidden door, so we'll be pretty interested to see what's going on. And we got Liam in here. What's going on? Which I'm not Dom, I'm Don. And we got Dan in here. Looking forward to that Swerve match. Well, this match, Dan, should have happened like a year ago, in all honesty. But while Ben, is in the potty, I will let you guys know what the format is for this week's episode of the podcast. If you didn't see the thumbnail already, this week we are going to be looking back at 2023 because, man, there's a lot of things to, talk about because I feel like, in, the wrestling business, a lot of things have happened this year. And I feel like, we need to just, go back down memory lane and just, let's send 2023 botching here on the live. Let's send 2023 off, on a high note and let's, get into 2024. Which, here we go. We got a new We Are Wrestling Maniac. We got Randy Samuel. Sup, Donnie? Oh my God, are you going live for day one this Monday? Rumors has it, it's going to be a former world champion. Show 4 names, 1 big. Oh, so, okay, I see. Big E, Mickey, Matt Cardona, or 4 unexpected Dolph Ziggler. So I did hear about those rumors, and honestly, I'm very interested in seeing what they're doing. I love that Triple H is putting these, reports out because it's having all of us, maniacs talking about like what's going to happen now at day one. I probably won't be doing a live watch along to it because I do have a lot of things going on, the first week of January, but I will be having I will probably be doing like a reaction to it like I normally do for, the weekly shows. So definitely stay tuned for that. And right now, guys, we do have Ben in here. He is still, away from the chair. He must be taking a massive shit here on the live. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. And just got to fix all of this up. And I do want to let you guys know as well about the We Are Wrestling Patreon page, which I am going to be, the first to announce this here on, the live episode of the We Are Wrestling Podcast 89. It is officially launched. So We Are Wrestling is officially on Patreon. We do have 3 different tiers. We have a $3 tier, which is the We Are Wrestling Maniac tier. We have the Main Eventer tier, and we have the Legend tier, which, I will get into the details in just a moment. Ben, how was your shit?
It was fucking excellent, dude. I feel so good. Like, it came out of nowhere. That's why I was like, when you asked me how I was feeling, I was borderline thinking about telling you how I was internally feeling, but no, I'm good, man. I'm doing really well now. Everything's passed. Yeah. How's everybody else's night?
So there is a question in the chat that I think you should answer before, I do get into the tiers and stuff. So,
what up?
Randy here is wondering who you think is going to be the big name for, day one, Monday Night Raw. So apparently something is supposed to be like happening on Monday Night Raw. Somebody's coming back.
Coming back that was released from the company?
Somebody that is right now currently not on the roster is returning to WWE.
Okay.
And that's the only thing we know.
It's going to be a former world champion?
Yep, it's a former WWE champion.
Okay, Matt Cardona is not a WWE champion, but he's an ex-Intercontinental and tag team, I believe. Mickey James, I can see, because that's fucking literally Nick Aldis' wife. Dolph Ziggler, I that wouldn't really be a shocker.
Nah, it's not going to be Ziggler, I don't think.
Yeah, it wouldn't really be a shocker to me, though. I'd be like, okay, I mean, Triple H, let him cook. I would honestly, I would say most likely it's probably going to be Mickey James, but I guess I could see Matt Cardona if they met like a WWE champion, like not really talking about like the championship itself, but more like a champion of WWE caliber, obviously. So I mean, I could see Matt Cardona too, obviously.
Yeah, so also too, Alex Johnson is wondering as well. What's your thoughts on WWE potentially working with Stardom?
Absolutely. That's no question. Any kind of foreign open door policy, especially forbidden door when it comes to WWE, any of them working with outside promotions, and is obviously a plus, and that's unheard of in recent times. So to have that kind of partnership in some way would be kind of extraordinary. So
Absolutely. So now I do want to, share with you guys, the 3 tier levels that we do have for the brand new We Are Wrestling Patreon page. In case you're interested in, getting some exclusive content. So here we go. So we have the We Are Wrestling Maniac tier, which is $3 a month, which I will, hop up the graphic right there. So only $3 a month for the Maniac tier, which does include we give you a shout out on the We Are Wrestling podcast, obviously a normal one, early uploads to vlogs and hot takes. Your name will be featured on our Patreon page, and you will get access to vote on content. That is for $3 a month. Then we have, of course, we have the We Are Wrestling Main Eventer tier, which is $5 a month. And this right here, I think this is where you get the bang for your buck, which, includes 2 bonus podcasts a month, 1 throwback wrestling vlog a month, the host with the most, the best one, Donnie, myself. I'm going to be keeping you posted with Donald is the best one news, with behind the scenes stuff going on with We Are Wrestling once a week. You'll be getting exclusive Patreon series, which will be starting in February, which includes the We Are Wrestling Old School versus New School and Holy Impact podcast. And of course, you get all the perks from the previous tier. And last but not least, we have the We Are Wrestling Legend tier. And this here, I think, definitely going to be a good one, because this includes you get to enter our monthly giveaways. We're going to be doing giveaways every month over on our Patreon page. And if you're a part of the Legend tier, you qualify for it. We're going to be giving away wrestling figures, autographed memorabilia, etc. And here's the one really cool thing as well. You'll be able to send us a video asking any question that will be featured on whatever podcast you want once a month. And all perks from previous tiers. So guys, if you want to go the extra mile, we highly recommend you to go check out our Patreon page, because we do want to, give you guys some more additional content. But everything going on over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube and, the listeners out there that are listening to this, nothing's changing. The podcast will still be, airing every Saturday once a week. We're still going to be doing live watch-alongs. We're going to be doing pay-per-view predictions. Vlogs are going to be coming out. We just want to do some exclusive. We want to change some things up.
all right,
Wow.
so one of the first questions we got is, sup Donnie, and We Are Wrestling. Donnie, how do you feel about the psychopath character for Harley in AEW with Saraya and Ruby at her side?
Oh, so there's the question right there.
Yep.
So I did notice that on Wednesday. I did see like a little interview there, because obviously the QT TV thing is not working anymore. And honestly, I'm kind of interested in it. Not going to lie, the interview was very, very cringy. I think that she's very green. She still needs a lot of work, but I definitely see the potential there. 100%.
Liam Oliver, sup Donnie and Ben. What's going on, Liam?
Alex Johnson. Oh, we already did that one. Andrade, he was an NXT champion. I don't think his contract with AEW is up right away. I think it's February, if I'm not mistaken.
And then he'll end up hopping back over to WWE to be with Charlotte, since they're back together. So
On and
yeah.
on.
Yep. Now love that.
And we got done. Hi, guys. Happy holidays and happy New Year's almost Eve.
Happy holidays and happy New Year's to you too, Haseen, I believe.
I'll see.
Okay.
Oh, Justin. Sup, Donnie and Ben. Who do you think Pete Dunne's mystery tag team face Pretty Deadly this Friday? Any names, Ben?
I can see Sheamus because he hasn't really been around since Edge's last match. I could see if you really wanted to pull a wild card out there, but I know it's not happening. Matt Riddle, that'd be fucking cool. I know it's not happening, but that'd be fucking cool to bring the fucking Stallions back. I don't know, honestly. I mean, it's definitely not Ridge Holland because he's having his little redemption story on NXT, where he belongs. I don't. That's hard.
I think it is.
Who do you think it might be?
I think it's going to be Tyler Bateman.
Okay, I have no idea who the fuck that is.
I know there's been like some rumors about him coming up to the main roster, and I could see him and Pete Dunne teaming. I could see that happening potentially.
Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, I'm with that.
JA Universal, how was the Iron Claw movie? This is an extra that we never got to. So
it was.
You want to talk about it?
All right. So, as a wrestling fan, and knowing what I knew beforehand, there was obviously some pacing issues. They left a couple key things out. I feel like it was a little miscast. Like, I would have had Jeremy Allen White play fucking Kevin Von Erich, and I would have had Zach Efron play Kerry Von Erich, especially in terms of height difference and even just overall the way they look. Like, they should have swapped roles 100%. I feel like it was a little rushed, but at the same time, I would have cut off 20 minutes of the movie. But overall, as a wrestling fan, I was satisfied. But as a movie enthusiast and almost borderline journalist, I would probably say that it was probably mid. Like, it wasn't a terrible movie, but it was probably like a one and done for me.
All right, so I'm going to say this. I think the story was great, but as a die-hard, pro wrestling fan, if you really pay close attention to the movie, you could tell what parts they took out. And even, MJF, he was supposed to have, a couple scenes in there, but they, completely took it out. And you could tell where they did it. There's certain parts in the movie where it had me questioning, like, okay, we're going to go from this to this without, even, a subtitle or, this and that. All I know is I'm definitely going to dive more into it. Probably going to be doing an extra on it because I do definitely want to watch it one more time and really give you guys that, my real thoughts and opinions on it. I thought it could have been better. Ric Flair, whoever fucking casted Ric Flair should be fucking fired.
See, that's where you and I are very different because I thought the dude that played Rick was great. I thought he was one of the best parts of the movie, if I'm being completely honest.
No.
I thought Rick was great. I honestly thought as a movie guy, I thought Ric Flair was pretty decent. It was pretty spot on from what I saw.
That's I've heard from online. Everybody's trolling the whole Ric Flair thing. Everything else is perfect.
For me, I'm backwards on that. I thought Rick was pretty okay, but everything else was kind of just it needed a lot of work. I feel like not cutting out a million fucking important scenes would have been a start. I feel like I don't know. I feel like the director's cut's going to be a lot better. So when it comes out, and it's got the extended edition, then I'll give it another watch, 100%. I want to see an extended cut first. Yeah, wait for an extended cut because when the extended cut comes out, then you can really give it a good, well-rounded.
Then we're gonna give them the extended extra. There we go.
Because here's the thing. Yeah, because here's the thing. If there's an extended cut that ends up coming out, I'll watch it again with you, and then we can jump right into the discussion about it right after and just film it.
Absolutely. So now we do have a question from Dan, which I think that this is a great way to, get into this week's, episode of the We Are Wrestling Podcast 89. Top match of the year for you.
Before you do that, you skipped over Alex Johnson with Deonna Purrazzo, I think.
Oh, man. Hold up. What are y'all thoughts on Deonna Purrazzo potentially coming back to WWE?
Honestly, from what And from what I've seen and from what I've heard, she ain't bad in the ring either, and she's got the look. She could definitely do well in a WWE roster, depending on who's training her and where she's gonna land story wise. So I would be very interested in that.
Honestly, with Deanna, I think that out of all the free agents that have been mentioned, I definitely see her coming back to, WWE.
That'd be
I think
sweet.
that we're going to be seeing her and Chelsea Green team up, I think.
That'd be
Because
fucking awesome.
They do have that tag team, history going back to, Impact Wrestling.
That'd be sweet.
I think that, she's definitely going up to the main roster immediately. I see her, being an entrant in the Rumble, and I think they're going to do something there. She's definitely WWE bound, I think.
When is Hard to Kill again?
Hard to Kill is on, I'll tell you right now. I want to say January 13th?
Okay. What day is that? Is that a Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday, I believe.
Saturday. Okay.
I'm sure one of the Maniacs can, correct me here because I get my dates mixed up horribly.
Gotcha. So Manny K, Sup Donnie and Ben, 2024 going to be nutty. 23 was something. Yeah, 2024 apparently we got a lot of things in the bag, and I'm excited for that. All right, so
Pretty
Dan,
much that's what this week's episode is going to be.
top match of the year. Now, see, you're hitting me with a bunch of hard questions now, Dan. You're hitting me with the hard questions. I'm gonna let you go first because I'm gonna need some time to think.
So for me, oh man, there's so many good matches that happened in 2023. One of them that I really liked a lot was going all the way back to, I believe it was late February, early March. It was at AEW Revolution, MJF versus Bryan Danielson in that Iron Man match. That was such an incredible Iron Man match. I think it was the best one I've ever watched. And I think that was the night MJF proved that not only is he the best on the mic, but he's one of the best in that ring.
My dude out here fucking cooking. I see you. Shit.
Ospreay,
23.
Omega, Forbidden Door 2. I thought that was a good match.
Okay. Match of the year. Fuck. See, that's a hard question. That's a really, really hard question because there's been some fucking bangers, bro. I don't fucking know, bro. I honestly, I don't know if I can answer. I guess I don't have one. There's been 2023 was something else for, it was something else for wrestling.
Cody and Roman. That's another good one from Austin Gameplay Channel.
That was phenomenal. And honestly,
what happened with the win.
See, this is going to sound really fucking... You guys can call it low on the totem, the totem pole. But there is one match that I was genuinely my heart was in it. I felt like I was just fucking I felt like I was actually there feeling the electricity of the whole crowd because I was just what a story. I gotta go Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed title. That was a fun match. That match beyond elevated Jey to a whole new level that he was. I didn't even think dude could get higher than he already has been without a belt without the storyline aside. That was the birth of a superstar that night, and Jey Uso really fucking solidified his Hall of Fame status. Not even just in terms of what he's accomplished with the Usos aside. I think Jey Uso really became a star that night, and I felt it. The arena felt it. That dude fought like a world champion that night. And I think we got a little bit of a taste of what we're going to get when eventually he does. So honestly, I think that's my match.
Really there for Jey. I will say this, one of my favorite death matches that I got to watch this year because there's a lot of great ones. I loved the Swerve versus Hangman Adam Page match. That was absolutely brutal. And I think that it really, now, going into 2024, which we are going to get into this, one of the guys that I'm really looking forward to the most is Swerve Strickland. I think that, he is ready to be a world champion, and he's got the momentum right now. And that death match, I think, really set him up.
It really did. That shit, like they put a rocket on him in that match, dude. Like that dude is like one of the hottest things going around in the industry right now. It's buzzing.
Oddman, I'm glad you guys are talking about matches and stories from professional wrestling in the year 2023. So
Yeah,
pretty
man.
much, Oddman, that's the goal for, this episode, because towards the end of the year, we love to just, kick back and just look back at the year, because 2023, I think, was one of the best years in professional wrestling, in my opinion.
I'm gonna shit my pants. All right, before we answer both of Jay Universal's questions, I'm gonna skip down to Kenneth Paul real quick because this is a movie thing, and I'm gonna shit my pants if this is like true. Sup, Ben and Donnie? You hear Chavo said a Guerrero movie is in the works. I got names. Eddie is gonna be Pedro fucking Pascal, and if that's the case, I'm gonna shit my pants. Oh no, Pedro Castro rather. Chavo is John Leguizamo, and Dom as Ray, and fucking Be Real as Conan. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a fucking pretty stat cast. All right, now going back up.
It's awesome to see Chavo, striving right now in Hollywood, and I highly
He's
recommend you
fucking
guys,
killing it.
if you're a fan of, the Iron Claw, and you're a fan of, these wrestling movies and stuff, highly recommend going to listen to Chavo Guerrero's interview with Chris Van Vliet. Definitely a really good conversation, and you get to learn a lot behind the scenes, and Chavo's
great.
new career that he's, taken on in Hollywood, and he's been getting a lot of praise too.
Dude, Chavo's great. All right, so going back up to Jay Universal, what if Sasha Banks returning? Okay, we're going to skip over that one. To go down to his other question, who do you see taking the tag titles from the Judgment Day? I'm going to let you answer that one first, but I see the Creed brothers.
I think that it's going to be DIY. I think that they're going to get Johnny and Tomasa the champions.
Okay, I take it back.
I think
I want that.
I did hear something as well, which obviously the last couple weeks we haven't really talked about wrestling news as much because it's been more nostalgia talk. I know that there's been reports that going into WrestleMania, they're going to try to find a way to split the tag titles up. One, titles are going to go to Raw, the other is going to go to SmackDown. I hope it actually happens.
I do too. It needs to be done.
DIY, it makes sense for them to win the titles.
Have that on Raw. Hey, Jessica, what's going on?
Yeah, Hodman, I got to agree with you on that. That's one of my what the fuck moments there, because Jimmy turns on Roman, and then Jay turns on Roman, and then Jimmy turns on Jay, and now Jimmy's back with Roman. Doesn't make sense.
Dude, hell yeah. Fucking Alex Johnson had a really good answer to that. WWE Backlash, Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest. That match was phenomenal. That was a fucking phenomenal match. Should have been the last
match on that card.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, there was no topping that, unfortunately. And I feel like, yeah, that should have been the headliner.
So, here's something I do definitely want to talk about. Because one of the saddest things that happened, in 2023 was, Bray Wyatt. And I definitely got to agree here with Austin Gameplay Channel.
Yeah.
The worst moment of the year was Bray Wyatt's death. 100%. And it just sucks that, this year, like, there's a lot of highs.
And there's a lot of lows.
WWE and AEW and even TNA now. But there's also, some very lows that happened. We lost, Bray Wyatt. We lost, Terry Funk. And it's just been, a really sad year. We've lost a lot of legends.
A professional wrestler in the Indies, in the UK Indies, that was only 26 years old, just got announced that he passed away too.
I did see that.
And he got to work with people like Gangrel. He got to work with people, etc. that had some big fucking names.
Yeah, which, we do want to send our, condolences to, his family and, wrestling fans, and of course, the boys and the girls, in the locker room as well, because that's just sad, man. He was young too. But now I do want to see this here, because what do you think is the worst moment of the year?
If I had to get in retrospect, I would say Bray Wyatt's death, but in terms of worst moment that was televised.
Yeah, I was gonna say wrestling.
Okay, so I don't know. There was a lot. Actually, there wasn't much from WWE's end of things. Honestly, there wasn't much, so I can't. Honestly, I'm gonna take WWE out of the equation on this one because they're cooking right now. So they deserve to be exited out of this conversation. So my fucking worst moment so far was probably there's a few. There's
AEW this, AEW that.
Oh, it is all AEW because all of it. It is Tony Khan.
Omega.
It is Tony. No. It's just Tony Khan this time. Tony Khan has earned every single worst moment in professional wrestling for me in 2023 because not only of his fucking pathetic ass, I'm gonna sit in a chair in front of the entire fucking crowd, can't even fucking stand. Sits in a chair in front of the entire crowd and addresses the CM Punk firing. That was fucking hilarious to me. 2, his tweets, dude, and his tangents online, ridiculous. 3, I'm still surprised Bryan Danielson hasn't addressed anything of fucking Tony Khan going off on his tirades.
Khan hasn't got a fine yet.
That's what I was saying. I can't wait till he finds his own fucking boss. Apparently, that's not in the clause.
Boston here. Jeff Jarrett versus Jeff Hardy, that Texas Chainsaw Massacre match. They did this whole stupid sponsor match, and
for the
that
game,
was absolute dog shit, in my opinion. And JA Universal, Swerve should have won the Continental Classic. You see, I agree with you on that, but at the same time, I'm actually okay with Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston, going to the finals because they do have the story there. It does make sense. So I'm not really too mad with it. But that's the thing, like for me, like the worst moment, it's just I don't know. Like there's been in AEW, like they lost a lot of momentum this year and it's unfortunate. And a lot of it I gotta blame, on Tony Khan for going on.
Like I said,
Twitter.
it's not an AEW thing. It's a Tony Khan thing. That's my worst thing. Like I said, it's not AEW. It's Tony Khan.
Yeah, and I don't know. I also really wasn't happy with what happened this past Wednesday. They had these 2 random masked guys that we don't even know who they are beat MJF and Samoa Joe for the Ring of Honor tag titles. I thought that was the most stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but that's gonna all come full circle when Adam Cole
Ring of
reveals himself
Honor
as the
shit.
devil.
Okay, that's the worst thing for me. All right, Ring of Honor shit. Keep it on fucking Ring of Honor. AEW shit. Keep it on AEW. I don't want to see Ring of Honor titles being defended on AEW. And literally, Ring of Honor should literally be AEW's NXT. They need to use that as a great place to develop talent. Put people over there so that, they can get some TV time. They can, get less green, get more comfortable on camera. I think that should be that's a perfect developmental place.
So, next question I want to answer.
Yes.
Who is your 2023 breakout star in WWE, AEW, and TNA? I can answer 2 of those.
Ooh, I like
so, my favorite breakout star in 2023 is obviously LA Knight. Yeah. For obvious reasons. The dude went from jobbing out in Maximum Male Models to breaking out during the fucking Mountain Dew Pitch Black match with Bray Wyatt, which launched his career. He has gone from starting with The Miz and is working angles currently with the likes of AJ Styles, The Bloodline, Randy Orton. It's fucking insane. He just took part in a massive fucking Survivor Series match. Already has had his shot with Roman Reigns and took his shit up. I'm going with LA Knight. AEW, there's 2 of them for me. Swerve Strickland is one of them. The other is definitely, gotta give him props, Nick Gage. I'm gonna go Nick Gage because what he is doing, or Nick fucking
Wayne.
Nick Wayne rather. Nick
Okay,
Wayne. 100% Nick Wayne rather. He is doing phenomenal. 100%, and he gets to work with the likes of Luchasaurus, or sorry, fucking was it Killswitch?
Killswitch now.
Killswitch and fucking Christian Cage and Adam Copeland. That is fucking insane to me. Insane. So yeah, I got to give that to him for TNA for AEW. TNA though, I honestly could not answer. I don't watch enough TNA to know.
That's fair though. That's fair because a lot of people, haven't been tuning into TNA, the past couple years, which I think now going into 2024, I feel like everybody's going to be at least paying attention to what's going on over there, which I think, them relaunching, that's one of my favorite moments of the year. But now let me get into the talent, that I think, were breakouts of 2023. I'm going to start off with WWE, the main roster. I got to go LA Knight. Yeah, because obviously, he went from, bad booking, not winning anything, to now being one of the top guys. I will say NXT, I got to go with, Mandy here. Trick Williams, that deadline pay-per-view, man. What a moment. I wish that, oh my goodness, I can't wait to see what happens with Trick Williams. Definitely for me, the breakout star of 2023 over on NXT. Getting into AEW now. Oh man, very interested. It's tough because I think AEW, their problem isn't the talent. The talent is there. It's the lack of booking, and it's Tony Khan's childness. He just needs to, grow up, in my opinion. But damn, for AEW, there's a lot of breakout stars, I think, this year. I think, one of them that really impressed me a lot was seeing, Roderick Strong with this whole Adam thing. But my favorite one, and I know he's not, a young star. I got to go with the father of the year, Christian Cage. This has been some of the best fucking work in his career.
This is the best work in his fucking career, bro.
Yep, Christian Cage is the breakout star of the year. Now, the worst star in AEW is Jungle Jabroni, Jungle Bitch, Jack Perry.
All right. Yep, move on with Jack Perry now.
He shows up tomorrow when I'm there at fucking World's End. I'm going to be so mad.
He's going to show up.
Oh, man. But, yeah, so now getting into, We Are Wrestling. What was one of your highlights, of 2023 when it comes to, the channel, the brand?
One of my highlights? Probably working so closely with a lot of people I admired growing up at the Wrestling Classic, and being able to get to know a little bit of stories, getting to kind of just chat it up with Kurt Angle, who was our next door neighbor. Getting to be so close to Lex Luger, being, shooting the shit up, having a couple laughs with, Devon. It just being able to talk, horticulture, I'm going to say, with, fucking The Godfather. So I think it was, it was a nice experience, man. And like I said, it just being in one relatively smaller room with a lot of big stars like that, including DDP, it was a privilege, and it's something I'll never forget. So I would have to say that was probably my highlight of 2023 for me, for the brand of We Are Wrestling.
Yeah, so when it comes to We Are Wrestling, there's a lot of highlights, in my opinion.
Yeah, fuck you.
Wrestling Classic 3. I gotta say, the Wrestling Classic 3 was definitely one of them. Because obviously, this was the first time We Are Wrestling.
All right, Donnie. All right, let's cut it off right there, and let's skip all the bullshit. Let's see how big the glizzy is. We all know that your favorite moment of 23 was meeting Mommy.
No, surprisingly, that was not. All right, that was actually not my favorite moment of 2023. There's a lot of people that were, because they friggin' paid for. They went in line 4 times to get a picture with her. 4 times. I was not one of them. So my highlight of the week, or my highlight when it comes to, We Are Wrestling wise, it's got to be giving that picture to MJF at, the homecoming show. And he actually kept it, which I was surprised. And he made a surprise in-ring appearance during that show. So I thought that was really cool. And I loved getting to do videos with independent wrestlers, doing the rock, paper, scissors thing. I thought that was really cool this year. And, doing rock, paper, scissors with our buddy Dan here, that's, watching us live right now, which heard something of Jordan Oliver possibly joining Nick Wayne as one of Christian's kids.
Yep, I heard that too a couple weeks ago.
Which honestly, I wouldn't mind if that happened. But honestly, I think that, this year for We Are Wrestling, we have grown so much, and it's crazy to see that, we hit 5,000 subs right before the end of the year, which is awesome. And we appreciate all the listeners. We appreciate all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs for all your love and support, especially all the people that are here watching this live without really any advertisement. We seriously appreciate it. And
Yeah, and like even just like,
speechless.
we're fucking creeping up on episode 100 pretty soon, and 100's going to be a big one. And Don and I have talked about a couple things, that we're not going to spill for episode 100, but we're talking, we're cooking a couple things up. Hopefully that, if the world works in our favor and, all else, pans out the way that we hope, that there's a couple surprises in the midst. So yeah, it's going to be a great 24.
Alrighty. So now Austin's gameplay channel. I think that this is a good question to answer. Edge debuting was the moment of the year for live streams. So now I do want to talk about that, Ben. The moment of the year in your opinion when it comes to, wrestling wise.
What up?
So like out of all the crazy holy shit moments that happened in 2023, what's the one that's your top favorite?
In 2023, my top moment?
Yep. Your holy shit moment. Oh my God.
The holy shit moment? See, a lot of people would say CM Punk coming back, but I'm not going to say that because I was pretty collected during that because I knew it was a possibility. So I wasn't one of the doubters. So that for me wasn't a holy shit moment. It was kind of just like a damn, this is nostalgic moment. Holy shit moment.
I'm gonna say Adam Copeland, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, because
he's gonna be WWE, till he dies.
Dog, I thought I was going to jail. So yeah, that would probably be my holy shit moment. Is Edge going to AEW?
Absolutely.
Because I never thought it was gonna happen either. I thought he was gonna be WWE until he fucking dropped, but apparently not. So I'm kind of surprised that he went in opposite direction.
That's another good one. The Rock and Pat McAfee showing up on SmackDown. That was a pretty good surprise too. That happened.
Was it 22 or 23 that Stone Cold
23.
fucking? No, I'm talking. Was it 22 or 23 that Stone Cold performed?
Oh, 2022.
Okay, yeah. I
Oh,
thought so.
Damn, that's another good one from Austin Gameplay Channel. The Usos pinning Roman or John Cena, getting beat by Solo. Also, Solo breakout star of the year, maybe.
That's another honorable mention too. Solo has been fucking killing it right now.
But I will say that also really.
But LA Knight
was when Jay pinned Roman, which I actually predicted in the predictions. I remember that. That was funny. That was a great time.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so going into 2024, obviously there are some big things that are going to be happening, and we have a lot of free agents. Do you want to get into that?
Yeah, give me one sec. There was one thing that I got that somebody wanted to see what I thought of Karrion Kross and AOP, and that's J Universal. I think it's phenomenal. I think that, that whole promo that Karrion delivered was the best promo he's ever delivered for WWE, and just the fucking the production of like the set that he was at, having Scarlett involved, introducing AOP again, that was hype, dude. Like, and just the way he delivered just the line authors was just so poetic, and just having him be the fucking stable leader of AOP. Dude, apparently they're putting a rocket on him and sending him to the moon, apparently, as like a big fucking heel. So I'm really stoked for Karrion Kross's like resurgence and this whole new faction that he gets to lead now. So I'm really, really, really excited for it.
Yeah, my facial expression when I heard the word author, I knew immediately what was going to happen. That was such a great vignette. Absolutely loved it. And you turned 16. Well, happy early birthday.
Happy birthday, bro.
It's 1 week ago, so happy 16th birthday.
Happy belated, bro.
Oh, we actually do have one from Rick Robert, it looks like. We'll go to that, and then we'll get into 2024 here. What the fuck, Donnie and Ben? Sean Spears is done with AEW? Yeah, apparently he's done with them. They haven't really been booking him well. He hasn't really been used since the whole Pinnacle thing disbanded. And honestly, I'm very excited to see what happens with him, which I think that this is a great segue to get into, some of the free agents in 2024. Because if there's one thing in 2023 that a lot of wrestlers have been teasing is the bidding war of 2024, free agency, which for the first time, I think a lot of us pro wrestling fans are really going to start paying attention to contracts, because now that, we do have TNA coming back, NWA might be getting a TV deal. Then you have, WWE and AEW, really competing to get free agents. I think that it's going to be a very interesting, situation.
Yeah, it's gonna be great, man.
But I do think it's time. Do you think it's time, Ben? You already know what it is.
Absolutely,
Ricky
Uncle Ben.
knows best.
Let's
Let's
go.
fucking go. So, guys, we have Ricky here on the We Are Wrestling Podcast 89, and he wants to give you guys his thoughts on some of the free agents and where he thinks they're going to go. So let's roll it, guys. Give Ricky some love in the chat, baby. He needs it. Here we go.
Best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you.
It's me, Ricky Williams.
Moxley's just as crazy as him.
No, Ricky! Bullshit!
They do it too sometimes. I'll be catching it.
It's me, Ricky Williams.
Stop playing.
But that's my opinion.
Man, I'm liking the new intro for Ricky.
Ricky knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you. What's up? We Are Wrestling. This is Ricky Williams, a.k.a. Ricky Knows Best.
Ricky knows
Shout out to
best.
Ben.
Let's go.
Uncle Ben, and shout out to Donnie. Now, my updates and my opinions on the free agent of 2024, I'm gonna make it fast as possible. I won't hold you guys up for long at all. MJF
Ricky got
should
the
stay with
riz.
AEW. He's their bread and butter. He's the franchise player right now. I don't think AEW should I don't think they should lose him right now. They can't afford to lose him. Especially everything that's been going on with them low-key in the news lately. They shouldn't lose him right now. Not in the slightest. He's their top guy over there, so that's not happening. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope it's just I just hope they don't lose him. They need him right now. Okada, Kazuchika Okada.
How do you feel, Ben, about MJF?
What do I feel about MJF?
Like, do you think that AEW can't afford to lose him?
No, not right now. They lose MJF, it's fucking over, bro. Like, everybody's gonna get tired of watching fucking Nick Jackson's hairline start receding even fucking more, and the headband's not gonna work anymore. I don't think anybody's gonna want to stick around for that shit. So I don't know, man. I don't think they can afford to lose him right now, and he already resigned. So
Yeah, like if you read the Player Tribune article that MJF, wrote earlier today as, we're live here on the We Are Wrestling podcast. Yeah, he definitely re-signed, I think. He definitely re-signed. He's getting that Hollywood Hulk Hogan money, man, I think, as he deserves to. And I think it makes sense that he did re-sign with them because obviously WWE right now is stacked. They are full of sharks right now, and I think 5 years from now, they're not going to be at, the momentum's not going to be where it's at right now, and I think MJF, in 5 years, that's when, he'll be able to transition over there, and I think he'll be a top guy. Because I think right now there's way too many top guys over there.
yeah, I agree.
No, he stays in New Japan. I do not want to see him get buried anywhere else. I'm sorry. He stays in New Japan, period. That's off the question. I don't need to get into that. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch literally are the top 2 stars in Raw. Rollins is the world champion. They've been pushing him right. But if there's real heat between him and CM Punk, I think they should just settle that for real.
Ricky knows
and not
best.
bring it to the company. I don't think Punk has a problem with it the way I see it. But if Rollins has a problem with it, he should him and Punk need to squash it. I don't think Punk has a problem. Becky Lynch, he's the top.
I agree.
She's the top. She's the man.
Seth and Becky
She's
are
one of the
WWE
top
lifers.
stars over in Raw.
Oh, absolutely.
WWE period. Why would she want to leave? I don't understand. I would never understand that. Drew McIntyre, if this feud doesn't lead to him, if this new change in character doesn't lead to him winning the World Heavyweight Championship, then he should really he should go. Like, I don't see any other thing for him. Plus, they didn't have him turn heel for nothing.
I don't think McIntyre's going
So
anywhere.
he should win.
He doesn't think he's going anywhere either.
That's my opinion. I mean, he should win the World Heavyweight Championship. He should be the one to take it off Rollins.
Yeah, I think so too.
It all
I
makes sense.
honestly
for
agree
to
with
win.
him on that. Ricky
Ricky
knows
knows
best.
John Spears, he wasn't really doing much in AEW apart from being with MJF in the Pinnacle. So it was a best good look for him to leave. I wish him the best and everywhere he does and everywhere he goes after. I really wish him the best. QT Marshall, same thing. Apart from the Cody Rhodes feud, I thought he was going to be a major heel. Plus, he had the Factory backing him up.
Oh my goodness,
But
I remember
QT Marshall, he never really
Factory.
he never really got into it, and he never really got his momentum going.
They were the faces of AEW Dark.
So apart from winning the Latin America Championship, I haven't seen QT Marshall really win anything, honestly. I mean,
Made up titles.
so I didn't really see him over there either. Alex Hammerstone, that's how you say it. I think he should go to AEW. That's the only thing I said. I think he should go to AEW real quick. I think he should go to AEW.
That's the free agent.
Real
I'm
quick.
excited about.
Because he got potential. I mean, why not go to AEW? I see potential in him. He's got it. He's got the it factor, so I'm not really mad at it at all. But he should go to AEW. So, but that's Ricky knows best, though. So then let me know. Like, shout out to all y'all, by the way. Ricky knows best.
Hey, we're getting the intro one more time. Let's
Believe
go.
in me. God bless you.
God bless you.
It's me, Ricky Williams.
Moxley's just as crazy as him. They do it too sometimes. I'll be catching it.
It's me, Ricky Williams.
Stop playing.
But that's my opinion.
He's so over.
Ricky knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you.
God bless you, Ricky. We absolutely love Ricky knows best. I hope
He
you guys-
did forget Andrade, but we know that he's going back to WWE.
I don't know about that because he did actually say that it all depends on, what AEW offers him too. And he's also interested in AAA, I believe, too.
Well, we'll see.
Hey, we are going to have to wait and see, but yeah, I think one person that a lot of people do need to keep their eyes on is Alex Hammerstone. I think that, he's not going to go to AEW, but I definitely see him, going to TNA and becoming a big star over there, or I could see him going to WWE possibly too. And
Jay
maybe be a part of
Universal,
NXT.
yes.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's the one right there. Yep. My highlight of the year was WWE merging with Endeavored and Ariel taking Vince out of creative and putting Triple H in charge. Honestly, there's nothing better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely nothing better than that. But man, I think that, with free agency, right around the corner, I think that, things are going to get, interesting. I think, things are definitely going to be, spiced up. I think the independent circuit, I always say this, man, support indie wrestling because there are going to be some big things happening in the independent circuit this year. I think that, Matt Cardona has really opened the door for a lot of people. And one person I'm noticing is, taking the Matt Cardona approach is Mustafa Ali. He put together this incredible video and he's already booked up for 3 months straight every weekend, which is absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
And let's see, 2024, Nick Khan is the best thing that happened in WWE today, which is crazy. Pretty much. But now, Ben, I say, let's close off 2023. Your final thoughts before we say goodbye.
My final thoughts, what do you mean?
Just
you gotta be more
in
specific.
general, everything, man. Just lay it all out there when it comes to pro wrestling, We Are Wrestling, whatever it is. Your final thoughts.
Well, if there is one thing that I've learned in 2023 is that anything can happen, anything will happen, and if you believe it enough, more will happen. I've also learned that children and diehard marks should not be running companies, especially when they have temper tantrums on Twitter. I think that the world of wrestling in general is thriving, and that we got some exciting things on the horizon. And I'm really excited for what's next, and who the future is going to be handed to. I'm excited to see where people go, where people end up. I'm excited to see the new champions. And all in all, the grind is real, and it's going to continue to be real, and you're going to see some pretty incredible shit on this channel going forward. So to close out 2023, it's a good one.
Yeah, and I think, this year, I definitely learned that anything can happen, just like you said, because, I had these, goals going into the beginning of the year, and everything changed. And I think a lot of things changed, when I decided I needed to take a break and, kind of reflect on, my YouTube career and figure out, what's next for me. And, We Are Wrestling, we've grown it tremendously, and we appreciate all the love and support that you guys have been giving us, whether you're watching this live or watching this, later on, or even listening to this. We appreciate it. And, I got to, do a lot of awesome things this year, going to all these different wrestling conventions, even got to, we even were a vendor for, a convention, which was one of the coolest things, this year. And I believe, this year for the We Are Wrestling podcast, we didn't miss one episode this week, which, we had to do it, man. We had a lot of, things going on where, we were nervous that we were going to miss a week, but we found a way because the show must go on, and we did it. And I just think that, this year I learned a lot, not only as an individual, but I also learned a lot as a content creator. And I think that 2024 is going to be a huge year, not only for We Are Wrestling, but I think it's going to be a huge year for the Load Rager. And I think it's definitely going to be a huge year for me going into this year. And honestly, I'm very excited to see where, things go. But man, what a year, I got to say, for wrestling.
Oh,
and
yeah, brother.
I don't know if 2024 is going to be able to top 2023, but there's a lot of momentum, and I'm very excited as, a maniac to see what happens, especially
here,
the road
brother.
to WrestleMania.
Yeah, same here, bro.
That's right. Let's see any comments real quick before we close off. First of all, hopefully TNA brings back lockdown matches. I really hope they do. Let's see here. If TNA comes out to Cross the Line theme, I'm Flip, Donnie, and Ben. I feel the same way, man. But guys, let us know in the comment section below your favorite moments in 2023. Let us know. If you guys are listening to the podcast, give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download the episode. If you enjoyed this, live episode of the We Are Wrestling Podcast 89, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. The link's down in the description below. You can go follow Ben and I over on our social medias and other YouTube pages. All that down below. Also, We Are Wrestling. The Patreon page has officially launched. We're going to be having lots of exclusive content and giveaways over there, so definitely go subscribe to that. We're going to be having a whole post coming out within the next day or so, so definitely stay tuned for that. But, of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.